Welcome to today's episode. If you're someone who wants to speak more confidently, articulate your thoughts more clearly, or just improve your overall speaking skills, you're in the right place. In this episode, we'll dive into practical tips that you can use to strengthen your speaking abilities, whether you're preparing for a presentation, an interview, or just wanting to communicate more effectively in everyday conversations. Let's start with the basics. The foundation of strong speaking is clear and confident communication. But how can you build this? First, it's all about practice. Just like any other skill, the more you practice, the better you get. This doesn't mean you need to speak in front of a huge crowd every time, but rather that you should take every opportunity to practice, whether it's chatting with friends, speaking in meetings, or even talking to yourself in the mirror. One of the most effective ways to improve your speaking is to focus on your breathing. Sounds simple, but proper breath control can make a huge difference. When you're nervous, you might notice your breath gets shallow, and this affects how you speak. Deep, controlled breaths allow you to speak more slowly, with more clarity, and with more confidence. Start by taking slow, deep breaths before you speak, and pause to breathe in between thoughts. Next, let's talk about clarity. A lot of people struggle with speaking too quickly, mumbling, or stumbling over their words. To improve clarity, you need to slow down your speech. This doesn't mean speaking too slowly, but taking the time to articulate your words clearly. A great way to practice this is by reading out loud. Choose a piece of text, anything from a book to a news article, and read it out loud at a comfortable pace. Focus on pronouncing each word clearly and avoid rushing through the sentences. Another critical aspect is your tone of voice. The way you use your voice can impact how your message is received. A monotone delivery can make even the most interesting content sound boring. To avoid this, experiment with varying your tone. Use emphasis where needed, raise your pitch to express excitement, or lower it to show seriousness. Practicing vocal variety will help keep your listener engaged and ensure your message is communicated effectively. Listening is also a key part of speaking well. It might sound counterintuitive, but the more you listen, the better you can respond. Listening helps you understand the context, tone, and nuances of conversations, and that's vital for effective speaking. Practice active listening by focusing on what the other person is saying, and then respond thoughtfully. This not only helps in conversations, but also makes you appear more confident because you're speaking with purpose and relevance. Now, let's talk about structure. When speaking, especially in formal settings like presentations or meetings, it's important to have a clear structure. You want your points to follow a logical order so your audience can follow your thoughts easily. A good structure usually includes an introduction, the main body, and a conclusion. Break down complex ideas into simpler points and don't try to cover too much at once. People appreciate clarity and brevity. Finally, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Speaking, just like any skill, involves trial and error. You will make mistakes, but it's how you recover from them that matters. If you trip over a word, simply pause, take a breath, and continue. A mistake doesn't define your ability to speak. It's how you handle it that counts. In conclusion, strengthening your speaking skills takes time and effort, but the rewards are immense. Practice regularly, focus on clarity, breathe properly, vary your tone, listen actively, and structure your thoughts. The more you put into improving your speaking, the more confident and effective you'll become. Thank you for tuning in today. Keep practicing, and until next time, speak with confidence and clarity.